Hello all of you Hellions, welcome or welcome back, whichever it may be. Today I'm going to continue with movies starring the great Vincent Price that are adaptations of the stories and poems of the great Edgar Allan Poe. The story and movie that I will be talking about today will be that of Morella, published in 1835. Other life events that happened for Edgar Allan Poe in 1835 was his move to Richmond, Virginia. His aunt and cousin, Maria and Virginia Clem, followed him there. They became a very tight family unit. He was appointed editor for the Southern Literary Messenger, where he found financial stability, and he made a name for himself as an editor and writer. The Messenger's sales increased during his time there. Aside from Morella, he also published a story called Bernice at this Messenger. He suffered from alcoholism and depression, and both would follow him until his death. And now, to Morella. Heads up, there will be spoilers of both story and movie. Here we go. Like in many Poe stories, the narrator is male and unnamed. He speaks of meeting Morella, how he never thought of her passionately or with love, but with a burning he could not explain. Eventually, they married. She shunned society and made herself his alone. This made him happy. She was highly intelligent and studied German philosophies, having to do with blurring the lines between life and death. This became an obsession. He himself took on these studies, and in a way, this terrified him. His feelings for her start to fade. She recognizes it and seems to know why, but will not state the cause. She becomes ill and starts to fade away very slowly. He longs for Morella's death, but she held on for months. He began to curse the days she remained living. And then, one October evening, she called her husband to her bedside to say she will now die. She knows he never loved her and says once she is gone, he will no longer find happiness, that it comes once in a lifetime. She speaks of having a child. This is the first we hear of a pregnancy. As she dies, she gives birth. Her daughter draws breath only once Morella's stops. The daughter grows alarmingly quick in intelligence and physically. She is beginning to look exactly like her mother. This terrorizes the father, but he loves his daughter more than he ever thought possible and never speaks of Morella to her. The father keeps his daughter in seclusion. She has never left his sight. At the age of 10, the child still has no name, called only My Child or My Love by her father. He decides to finally have her baptized, while still not knowing which name he will give her. As they stand at the baptismal fountain, the time has come to give a name. So many come to his mind, but when he opens his mouth, he whispers the name Morella. His daughter, now named Morella, instantly takes on the look of death. She raises her glassy eyes toward heaven, and she utters the words, "I am here." She falls to the ground dead. As he did with his wife Morella, he now personally buries his daughter Morella, and in madness, he laughs as he sees the first is no longer in the ground. You can actually hear Vincent Price read this story on YouTube, and I highly recommend it. He is incredibly talented at reciting Poe's works. The rhythm in which he reads, the emotions he exudes, all gives this story a life of its own. Though melancholy, this story is also beautiful. So much is said and expressed in very few words. I absolutely love this story. 5 coffins. And now to the movie, starring Vincent Price. It was filmed in 1962 and is also titled Morella. It is the first tale of 3 in an anthology titled Tales of Terror. I'm only going to be covering this tale in this video because I decided I wanted to do these videos in the timeline that they were published and not filmed. That way I can give you a better timeline in order that it happened in Edgar Allan Poe's life. I kind of messed it up a little bit with the first few videos because I didn't decide to do this until a little bit later on, but I think we're on track now. The tale opens with a heartbeat. Morella has already died, but does not wish to stay this way. Her daughter Lenora returns home from Boston after being away 21 years. She was sent away at the age of 5. She was sent away at such a young age because Morella and the father believed Lenora was to blame for Morella's death. Morella was very weak after giving birth, but still insisted on throwing a party. She collapsed an hour into it. She was furious and vowed revenge upon her baby. 3 months later, she died.
Morella, my beloved wife, your murderer has returned.
Lenora arrives at her father's house overlooking the sea by the ever-pleasing horse-drawn carriage. She is surprised to see the inside in such disrepair and covered in cobwebs. She also finds many empty alcohol bottles. Her father, like in the story, has no name. He is not at all happy to see her, but allows her to stay. She wanted to see him one last time before leaving his life entirely. She lets him know she only has a few months to live. The father starts to warm up to Lenora and actually wants her to stay. He is having feelings of remorse about the way he treated her. Lenora goes to her mother's bedchamber and is surprised and horrified to find her still there. Her father admits that when she died, a part of him died too. He did bury her, but he could not stand the thought of leaving her in the ground. That night, the ghost of Morella visits her daughter. Lenora dies, but revives a couple of times before becoming Morella. Hey, just like in Ligeia. A little fun fact for you here. The 2 main actresses in this story died exactly 6 months apart. Maggie Price, who played the daughter, died April 5th, 2010, while Leona Gage, the mother, died on October 5th, 2010. This movie holds true to the main premise of the story and also has additional scenes which are quite pleasing and entertaining. I really like the ghost of Morella. I think they did a great job with that ghost. I think it looks just awesome. And can we hear it for practical effects? Storyline is solid and acted very well. 5 coffins. Thank you all for watching. If you enjoy this kind of content, why not subscribe? Stick around for a while, and I'll see you next time.